All right, we're back. 2 weeks later, we're back. Gonna tackle more of these top albums. Right now, I have 6 views on the first video, of which probably 5 are mine. So to the one person who watched that video, hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, we're really trying to blow this channel up, and it's gonna really take a lot of interaction with my amazing subscribers to really get us over the get us over the hump there. So keep on liking, keep on subscribing, keep on pushing up those metrics. Oh, that's nice. Richard Sherman was arrested for DUI. Fuck Richard Sherman. He's a bitch. All right, here we go. So we left off on Station to Station. And now we're coming to Laughingstock. So I think I already talked about Spirit of Eden. I think I mentioned that I actually like Spirit of Eden a little bit more than Laughingstock. But it's really all relative. They're both, 11 out of 10 albums. Spirit of Eden feels a lot more like the birth of something, even though it is very depressing and kind of cryptic and odd and apocalyptic almost, but it feels like the end of the apocalypse, like there's a renewed, something renewed is happening to the earth on which this album is kind of taking place, and the landscapes and scenes and interactions between humans and nature and the environment that album tries to depict. Whereas Laughingstock feels a lot more truly apocalyptic, but also sad. So not a chaotic apocalypse, but definitely more of a, something. And I'm not logged in, so I can't see the track ratings. But yeah, fucking Merman, Ascension Day, then After the Flood. Oh shit. Then After the Flood. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean we're into some good territory there. What are people saying about this album? So yeah, I mean this gets a double thumbs up from me. One of the most ahead of its time albums ever. Really just an amazing piece of music. It really cannot be overstated. And arguably, in my opinion, the best post-rock album of all time. I mean, again, it's up there with Spirit of Eden, up there with a lot of Dirty Three stuff, up there with Longfin Killy, Disco Inferno, Beta Band, if you want to consider them post-rock. Because, of course, that varies, right? Some people think of post-rock, and it's been the same for going on 10 years now. They think of post-rock, and they think of fucking crescendo core. Me, I'm more post-rock. Post-rock is more wide encompassing than that. So a lot of those people, they'll call, Godspeed You Black Emperor and, Me Without You or Explosions in the Sky is post-rock, but then they'll call Slint, maybe Slint's post-rock, but it's mostly like kind of like post-hardcore, right? Or like jazz rock. Oh my God. They'll call this chamber jazz or chamber rock or jazz rock. It's like, fuck off. Okay. This is post-fucking rock. This is taking the concept of rock music, acknowledging that the vast majority of experimentation has already been done now, and now we're at the point of carrying out our own experiments with that experimentation and saying, where can we push this format? And Laughingstock and Spirit of Eden and Talk in general, and Mark Hollis, God rest his soul, just do a fantastic job from front to back. And I just would have loved to have been in the studio watching him, write the lyrics and just kind of improvise and come up with just what a special album this is. Okay, Master of Reality. So, of course I love Black Sabbath. I think I mentioned that the self-titled and then of course Paranoid, which I'm sure is on here, are my 2 favorites. This is objectively a really good album. Again, very traditional doom metal, one of the first and definitely one of the best doom metal, true, almost bluesy doom metal albums. A lot of people kind of mention how, yeah, it's a dark album and it's got these really interesting themes about war and again, apocalypse. I'm kind of reading out the Rate Your Music descriptors, but it's also a very, for as ominous and dark as it is, it's not really chaotic. It's very, again, it's traditional doom metal, right? It's almost relaxing and kind of nocturnal feeling. I don't know. Again, I know I'm just reading out the Rate Your Music descriptors, but this is a good album. I can't remember the last time I listened to this album. Sweet Leaf, I mean, one of the greatest riffs of all time, in my opinion. One of the greatest riffs. And the way Ozzy comes in on this album, or on the song, is just really amazing. Of course, Children of the Grave, Orchid, and then Into the Void is really fantastic. Sorry, I just got an email, checking my email. Oh my God. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. I'm probably not gonna even bother editing that out. And I'm just coughing. I'm drinking Diet Coke and it's kind of irritating my throat. Okay, I get kind of bored talking about this album though. It's kind of come dry to me. I don't know. Okay. What's next? Oh God. Oh God, I fucking hate Led Zeppelin, dude. I fucking hate them. Okay, here's what I like about Led Zeppelin. Okay, objectively, John Bonham was a very, very interesting. I wouldn't say amazing, but he was a very good and a very interesting drummer. And his use of the kick drum, his really rolling, almost soulful kind of drum playing, and just how organic and kind of bubbly and just going with the flow. His drums were is really amazing, and I could just listen to John Bonham drum tracks all day. And I'm a guy, for me, at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff centers around percussion and drum and rhythm. I just love, I just love to hear what people can do with rhythm and with drums. That's why I love Afrobeat so much, and high life and African music and krautrock, and of course I love grime and hip hop and all types of electronic music, and that's why I maybe shy away from stuff like doom metal and heavy psych, even though I like heavy psych, or proto metal as it used to be called. And this is a good example. Led Zeppelin's a good example of bridging that gap. So they're taking a genre that traditionally has, this is just pure hard rock, blues rock, not even particularly heavy at all, in my opinion. Taking that, adding in these kind of interesting themes of, again, folklore, and it's a very English album, which I think is cool. I'm very much an Anglophile. Again, I love the Kinks like anybody else does. And then also injecting a little bit of that, again, technicality, especially from John Bonham, in my opinion. Robert Plant, I find annoying. Jimmy Page, I find very annoying. And John Paul Jones he's a hard rock bassist. He does his job. But this album just, Led Zeppelin, there's not one Led Zeppelin song that has ever stuck with me. Ever, 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 ever. Maybe, When the Levee Breaks or Going to California, but even then, I mean, oh, God. I don't know. I remember as a kid being fascinated with the weird emblems, or like the Zoso or whatever the fuck they call it. I thought it was interesting and cool to kind of look at, and I would like draw it out and stuff like that, like this Mr. Moo kid here says. But the music itself is pretty boring to me. I'm sorry. I think it's pretty silly. And I definitely would say Led Zeppelin is one of the most overrated artists of all time, for sure. Oh God, I don't want to. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Discovery. Again, this is an album that just they're letting me see the track ratings. That's nice. Yeah, I really don't give a fuck about Daft Punk. I don't give a fuck about French House. I don't give a fuck about the synth punk revival. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Either give me the original stuff or give me something experimental. Don't just give me just dudes with synths sitting around, redoing the classic. Again, remember this one, guys? Well, here we go. We're doing it again. I just don't have. Again, this is an album. We're going through this run of a lot of albums that I just objectively don't have a lot to say or don't have a lot to talk about. Again, call me a dick or call me whatever. Say that I'm not listening to it deep enough. Say that I'm being pretentious. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't really give a shit. At the end of the day, this album doesn't do anything new, and it doesn't do the old stuff at an interesting enough level to make it better than the old stuff or the stuff it's aping. And look, I'm not a guy that, again, I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, I'm not just sitting around listening. What the fuck? No, I'm not just sitting around listening to French House. Okay. See, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't even heard these other albums. What do they say? Yeah, filtered, yeah, blah, 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 fucking disco. Don't give a shit. Like, yeah, it's a fun album. Okay, if somebody puts it on in a party, yay, let's go. Let's dance, whatever. Yay, let's have a good time. But chilling at the house, just listening to this, again, it's the same reason why I can't stand, like Acid or Acid House or, stuff like that, and Big Beat and all these other, and progressive trance and Goa House and stuff. Like, this shit is not meant to be sitting at the, you're not supposed to put shit like that on while you're just chilling at the house, okay? That's a different type of mood music that I'm not in that mood very often. So, look, it's a fun album. Objectively, it's a fun album. Very cleanly produced, very fun. It goes in a lot of different directions, and it's very uplifting and happy and fun. But it's iconic in its own way. But look, this album doesn't do a goddamn thing for me. Yay! Finally, a good fucking album. Here we go. Okay, so of course we don't get the track ratings here. Probably Jimmy's best album, I would say. I wish there was more live stuff of Jimmy. I mean, if anybody can recommend me some good live stuff from Jimmy that I haven't already heard, please do, because he's an artist that you need to hear him live, I think. But there's not much to say. Again, a lot of these albums, there's not much to say that hasn't already been said. I mean, I know I already talked about Are You Experienced in the last video, I think. This, of course, is not more of the same. I mean, look, you got a 15-minute song on here. He was so ahead of his fucking time. And that voice and that guitar tone and that playing and the image and the hair and the fucking amazing cover. Either cover's great. Either the Psychedelic Jimmy or the Naked Chicks. Either one is really good to me. It's just such an interesting album. Like, goddamn, like this dude just started like 20 waves all by himself, just one dude. And he started like 20 fucking waves, man. So you got to give Jimmy credit on this album. And if you want to call this heavy psych, which it's not, again, it's like pure, bluesy acid rock. But if you want to call this heavy psych, this would probably be the best heavy psych album of all time, right? I mean, yeah, It'll All Work Out in Boomland's great. Yeah, never heard this. Captain Beyond's good. Stray's good. Satori's good. Jericho, Sea Shanties. You can't see it, but the Truth and Janie album's over there. And Buffalo, we're missing some cool stuff like Josephus here, and Speed, Glue, and Shinky's another good one. Yeah. Okay. What's my favorite song on here? Love Crosstown Traffic. Of course, Voodoo Child. Long Hot Summer Night. Burning of the Midnight Lamp. 1983 is just, oh God. And then, of course, All Along the Watchtower, one of the great songs of all time. And continues in that tradition of taking Bob Dylan's bullshit, fucking ridiculous beat poetry, impression that he does, and really takes it and elevates it and creates actual art out of it. So yeah, fuck Bob Dylan. Yay. I've been going for, okay, I'll go 20 minutes. Okay. Yay. So an album that I would actually put in a top 100 for me. Dilla, in my opinion, he's certainly top 5, probably top 3, and is arguably the best, just pure producer of hip hop and beats ever. This guy was I hate these corny sports comparisons, but this guy really was like the Messi, right, of production compared to, like, I don't know, DJ Premier's Ronaldo or something, whatever. This guy was just so supernaturally good and better than everybody at hearing things and creating things from what he heard. This album is so amazing from the sampling perspective again. So out of the big 3, Plunderphonics, whatever albums, this, Introducing, and Since I Left You, this one definitely, I don't think it's better than Introducing, to be honest with you, but I think it shits all over Since I Left You. And I think it's neck and neck with Introducing in its own way. And it's such a unique album because, look, it's only 43 minutes long, but God, like, every song is just amazing. And it's like, people want to talk about fucking, goddamn Mad Villainy that we'll see here, I'm sure, at the top of the list, or like some rap songs, okay? Just lazy, dashed off fucking trash, okay? Lazy, dashed off fucking stoner, sleepy trash. They woke up, sleeping on a pizza box, and they woke up and put a hoodie on and rolled a blunt and sat down in front of Ableton and said, all right, my goal for today is to make one song. And they make one song, it fucking sucks, but they know that people are going to eat it the fuck up. Dylan didn't have that problem. It's so funny to think about the glazing and the dick sucking that goes on around a lot of other artists that are known for short songs. They're known for really kind of scattershot and schizophrenic music and lyrics and stuff like that. And to think that this guy was literally on his fucking deathbed, and made one of the absolute greatest hip hop albums of all time. Arguably the greatest pure instrumental hip hop album of all time. Is this at the top? Nah, see, Introducing. Okay. Which is fair. We'll get to Introducing. Introducing is, again, that's like an 11 or 12 out of 10 album right there. But this album is so touching, so beautiful. It just, every moment on it, there are so many ups, so many downs. It's a true roller coaster of music. And the fact that he did it all with samples. I can get on my high horse at any time and start railing about how ridiculous the boomer fucking obsession. And I love Prince, okay? Prince is, a top 5 artist for me. Prince is a hero to me. I grew up in a Prince household, way over Michael Jackson, even though, of course, MJ was there. But I grew up in a Prince household. My dad is a musician, or he was at least. And of course, Prince was his biggest inspiration. Grew up with his music. I grew up wanting to be like Prince, wanting to dress like Prince. I take a lot away from Prince in terms of, work ethic and controlling your image and being one with what you're creating. But goddamn, his fucking ridiculous boomer opinions about how, you can't do, you got to make your own music, and you got to make your own music, and this is my music, and blah, 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 blah. Prince was a black guy and a proud ass black man, okay? And I love that about Prince. But this dude, along with the fucking Turtles, single-handedly set hip-hop back by like 5 to 10 years with his bullshit because he wants to get some money off of Alphabet Street. Are you fucking kidding me, Prince? So, All that to say is that sampling, I can go on and on, but it takes a special type of skill to sample and to sample well. And I think you have to really give Dilla credit for the fact that he was on his deathbed and that he was able to just channel just that pure, sweet, godlike energy that he had at making beats that make you feel things, make you feel emotions, and put that into an album. What are some highlights on here? Working on it, yeah, sure, whatever. Waves, Light My Fire, Stop, oh my god, The Difference, People, oh my god. Time, The Donut of the Heart, oh my god. Stepson and the Clapper, got a low rating, but I love that song. Twister, low rating, but I love it. Two Can Win, oh my god. Don't Cry, this shit should be 4.7. This is the 4.7 song off here. This is up there with Good Vibrations and whatever Beatles song, David Bowie song you want to put up there. I geek down on it. I don't really like these two songs. But then you get back into Thunder, Gobstopper, Dilla Says Go, Walking on It, which has an amazing 10cc sample. The Factory, You Love, Donuts, Last Donut of the Night. I mean, just every one of these songs just conjures up like beautiful images and memories in my head. And you just got to give him credit for that. So yeah, I absolutely love Dilla. God rest his soul. In my opinion, the greatest pure the greatest talent at hip hop production that the world has ever seen. And I can't believe it's already been going on 20 years since the man died. It's insane. Oh God. Okay. And then this might be one of the last few albums we do here in this little session. Man, I mean, you want to talk about a fucking overrated fucking album. The first, of course, this used to get viral all over the internet back in the early to mid, 2010s, especially in the early 2010s. Because it's so dark and it's suicide and it's self-hatred and blah, 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 blah. They couldn't have found something better than fucking Audacity to record this crap on. I've spent plenty of time recording bullshit on Audacity and using it to record voice and sounds and me playing shitty guitar and stuff like that over the past, 15 years. I forget which song it is, but it's like the reverb. That is Audacity fucking reverb. And we're just sitting around, oh, it's so beautiful and dark and amazing, and it's like shoegaze, but it's also like dark, like slowcore, post-punk, and it's so, and I love Dan, oh my god. I respect them for, look, you gotta respect the fact that just some dudes in a basement in Connecticut or Massachusetts or wherever, just two dudes in Audacity and their very mediocre songwriting and instrumental skills, you could put together an album that gets 37,000 ratings on Rate Your Music and is one of the top most talked about, most notorious internet albums ever released. It is still getting talked about today as like the go-to you want to kill yourself type album, which fine. I mean, it does have a mood to it, but it's just embarrassing. Again, this is when Rate Your Music is good for everything below the top 100, I think. In my opinion, because the top 100 is so influenced. We'll go top 120. What we're doing, the top 120 is so influenced by whichever wave or whichever zeitgeist of shit is influencing the teenagers and bored college students that are now the majority of the ratings on this website. Rate Your Music used to be synonymous with what you used to call patrician, pretentious, whatever kind of taste, where you don't listen to anything but krautrock and microacoustic and, fucking African, benga music or something or high life. And now it's Anthony Fantano, it's just Anthony Fantano, where it's like really like Mad Villainy is like the 8th best album of all time. Are you fucking kidding me? And it's just, you look at just the bias, people are so passionate about hip hop and hip hop, but you're really telling me that you have two 4.7s and like a bunch of 4.5s and 4.4s on this Audacity fucking album. But then Donuts, we can't get Last Donut of the Night at 4.6. We can't get You Love a 4.5. We can't get, Don't Cry or Stop or Time, The Donut of the Heart. Well, that's 4.6, thank God. But we can't get Working on It or Stop or People, a 4.5, 4.6. I think it's bullshit. So yeah, I mean, again, I have quite a bit to say about this album. I just think it's kind of silly. It's just, again, yeah, post-industrial doomgaze. Yeah, literally. I mean, it's just like, what? It's just so, like, goddamn, the production just really, it's not a bad album. Don't get me wrong. Okay. It isn't a bad album, but I've never given a shit about this album. And mainly it's because of the shit production. In my opinion, the production, even for, 2002 through 2007. It fucking sucks. This Audacity fucking production. We couldn't have gotten Pro Tools involved. Oh my god, Doom Gaze. Look at it. It's a meme. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, Naja and stuff. Jay-Z, okay. Yeah, I guess it's not. This is a great album, by the way. Not really underrated, but it is a good album. Oh god, I used to fucking love Planning for Burial. Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, let's finish off with one more album here. I'll go a little bit long. Oh, okay, okay. We'll stop here with Saw 8592, 85 to 92. Damn, we really couldn't get a 4.7 on Xtol. That's crazy. What do they define chill out as? Okay, whatever. It's not a genre. This isn't really IDM to me either. I really wouldn't call this IDM at all, to be honest with you. Okay, yeah. So I can still remember the first time. I must have been 11 or 12 the first time I ever heard freaking Xtol. Life-changing. Absolutely a life-changing piece of music. This whole album was life-changing. Now, again, this is not an album that I'm coming back to all the time, okay? One, because I don't listen to a lot of IDM now because it was such a big deal back when I was a kid and like in middle school and high school that, you know, half the time all I did was listen to fucking, you know, Square Pusher and music and Venetian snares and shit. But again, you got to give it up to Richard D. James, okay? This dude is so fucking talented. He's just so timelessly talented. You got to give him credit. Every album is bolded, and then, you know, a lot of his EPs are. Of course, you got Come to Daddy and Window Licker. Man, this guy was just fucking awesome, dude. This guy owned the 90s. This guy owned the 90s, man. And then to finish off with the album in 01, like drug use. Woo, man. Yeah, I love me some Richard D. James, but I don't listen to him all the time. Okay, that's somebody's fault. Man, just memories come flooding back. Like, God, I used to love fucking Aphex Twin, man. I had an Aphex Twin shirt back in fucking middle school, or sorry, my freshman year of high school. I had an Aphex Twin shirt, and I lost it. It was an extra large. I still fit it. Yeah, I still fit it because I gained like fucking 30 pounds like over the past like 6 months. So, I still fit it. So, damn. But look, it's not all about Xtol. You know, Thaw is amazing. You know, I never heard anything like that before. Again, it's kind of like the first time you hear Disorder, or the first time you hear Black Flag or something, where it's like, this is really cool. Like, you know, a 9-minute song, you know, and I'm just sitting there with headphones on in my room, these shitty Sony headphones, back in like 2012 or 2013, just in a trance, just like, what am I listening to, you know? Pulse Width, of course, Aegisopolis is amazing. Amazing. Helios fan, amazing. Ptolemy's really good, and then Actium's excellent as well. What else is there to say about this album before we kind of cut it off here? Let me see. 1 for 92. Yeah, that's about right. This is an excellent album. Man, yeah, I love Aphex Twin, but I don't listen to him that often anymore just because I spent so much time listening to him and listening to stuff like him when I was a kid, and I'm just not there anymore. But yeah, this is absolutely one of those albums that you can put on when I was 13. I'll put it on when I'm 30. I'll put it on if I can make it there 80 or 90, and it's going to have the same impact. I'm going to sit there in a trance and listen to the whole, 74 minutes of it and just be like, wow, like I did not waste 1 second of that. So yeah, definitely highly recommended. Okay, we'll cut it off here. The next album up here is, okay, great, Soundtracks for the Blind. Amazing. So I can't wait to talk about that. The quality I think probably could be improved on these, but I really don't give a shit. I'm really trying to commit to just saying whatever it is that I want to say. Not that I'm some badass or anything, but just really saying what I want to say. Being really open about it. Not being bought and paid for, which again, I don't know who's going to pay for this, but I'm just saying, my personal philosophy is, I'm trying to keep this as lo-fi and as just a guy talking as possible. So let me know how this is. Let me know if I need to, I don't know, add something else to make this more interesting. Maybe I can go longer. Maybe I can talk about different stuff. Just let me know. Okay. All right. See, I guess myself, I'm the only person who's even going to look at this. So I'll see you later. Okay. Bye.